Whipping hoop, these trying boots, raw chronic. Brutus in that booth, double scoop, hot vomit up, sub
Hype.
What's up, guys?
What's up, guys?
To be honest, I don't care about any introductions as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do anything fancy.
I mean,
We're gonna talk about albums and that's about it.
albums from 2018, our favorite ones, top 20 albums with potentially a couple honourable mentions.
Yeah, say from the top 10 what our favorite things are, what tracks stand out, and guess.
Yeah.
Just
That shit was crazy.
I want to say there's too much to listen to begin with. There's way too many
I'm
stuff.
not even gonna complain.
It's a good thing.
Because
It's a good thing.
enjoyed it.
It's a good thing because you can find a lot of what you really like. That's what makes the top 10 way harder to make, which is good. It should be challenging. Hype. All right.
Absolutely.
I'll do mine. Okay. So 28 swimming. Mac Miller, I've already said.
Okay.
I've got. Oh, okay. 19. I've got Electricity Is on Our Side. Did you manage to listen to that? Bus Driver.
Ooh.
It's a super like a fusiony album, man. It's really interesting.
No.
It's got loads of like jazz and like all this stuff.
Okay.
It's really good. I think Bus Driver does a lot of stuff like that because I always see him featured on a couple of artists that I like. It's nuts. Really good. Really interesting. It's really long. In a good way. You kind of have to have it on and enjoy the whole thing for what it is and just kind of let it ride. It's a good one though. At 18 I've got Wizville, so probably the only UK project anyone will have in the top 20 for the year.
It was that
Ocean Wisdom, Wizville.
Okay.
If no one's heard it, definitely listen to it.
Wait, number 13?
18.
18, sorry.
Yeah. 17, Drogas Wave, Lupe Fiasco.
Ooh. Oh! It made it to top 20. Okay.
Yeah. It had to. Apart from that one terrible song that I don't even want to speak about, you guys can listen to it and find out yourself. It's a really cheesy ass hook. I'm not even gonna fucking. You can edit it in the hook and people can listen to it. Nah. 16, Astroworld. 15, August Green. 14, I've got Streams of Thought Volume 2, Black Thought.
Okay.
13, I've got Taboo, which Denzel Curry.
Hey.
Oh, it's good. Really like it. Really like it. This is where that 10 to anything between 10 and 15 could have been in my top 10. They were so good. Taboo. 12. I don't even want to read this name out. 12. I've got Milo's 2018 project,
Oh my God.
which is
I think that's the most annoying part of the track. It's just
budding ornithologists are weary of tired analogies.
Why?
Because Milo, he likes
At
words.
least make it an abbreviation.
Milo likes words, and that's why I like Milo. He likes words.
Fair enough. That's true.
11, some rap songs. Number 10, I've got Town Talk 3, Benny the Butcher. Number 9, Orpheus versus the Sirens, which is Hermit and the Recluse. Car, basically. Basically, it's Car. 8, I got My Vida Local, Atmosphere. Still love it. I have to keep it in there. 7, I've got DiCaprio 2, Jid. 6, I've got Daytona.
6?
Yeah.
Dude.
It had to. Dude, I had to.
Okay.
It went
Not
from
list anyway.
5, I've got Veteran, JPEG Mafia. 4, I've got Book of Ryan, Royce. 3, Redemption, J-Rock. 2, KOD. And number 1, Kids See Ghosts.
Whoa.
That's my list.
And number 20, we've got Milo.
Budding ornithologists are weary of tired analogies.
Number 19, I've got Taboo
Yeah.
by Denzel Curry, which is really good. The only reason why it didn't make it any further down is because I feel like Denzel Curry has a very distinct style that I have to be in a certain mood to listen to, or I have to get into that mood on purpose.
Yeah.
Type of thing to listen to his music. Number 18 is
Well, I'd say Taboo. I kind of had the same almost vibe as Astroworld, where you kind of have to be.
okay.
You kind of go
it's a different
It's just
world.
it's a journey to a different place. Yeah, that's kind of that's what
Yeah.
he tells you at the start, and that's why it leads into that. I think both Taboo did that, Astro
Yeah,
World did that really well. That's kind of the
that's a
thing,
good
isn't it?
comparison.
I think it's the vibe he was meant to do. Like you definitely have to kind of put it on and be like, okay, we're going into like this area, like he says, the darker side of Taboo, or Taboo, or whatever you want to fucking pronounce it. But yeah, well,
18 is Prime 2.
Prime 2,
which is a collaboration of DJ Premier and Royce the 5'9", which
Yep.
I listened to a lot. This
Primo
year.
and Royce, yeah, dope. I didn't listen to it much, but
Like
it's good.
if we were talking about albums I played a lot, I think it'd probably make it into my top 10 of that.
I listened to Prime 1 a lot when it came out 2 years
I heard
ago.
a couple tracks on that actually made me go search for it.
Yeah,
That's when
yeah.
I saw Prime 2.
I really enjoyed Prime when that first came out. But yeah, Prime 2, it's
so
good. Good.
So good. 17, the man himself, Jid, with DiCaprio 2. I was thinking about it. I don't know what it is. I think I need to listen to it again.
Yeah, I hit a 7, man. I love it.
I love about it,
It's fucking.
I can't quite remember.
I think it's really strong.
But it's Jid at the end of the
It's
day.
really
so
strong.
He's good.
That's Jid. That's 2 back-to-back strong ass projects so far, with Never Story before that.
I'll say Never Story was an amazing album, but then this was a good album.
Okay. Yeah.
The way I see it, Never Story was just so good. No Name at 16, which is it's a really good album, and I'm sad to say she's the only female in my top 20.
Right.
Kitsy Ghost is at 16.
Stupid.
Kitsy
Which
goes
is,
sometimes.
I mean, it's
Kitsy goes
self-explanatory.
sometimes.
And then I have Yay at 15.
And I'm still a piece of garbage.
Yay!
Yay by Kanye West.
By yay! Yay by yay!
Yay by Yay. FM, which is... Wait. I can't count, guys. I can't count. I'm just gonna use like little time things. What's it called? Numbers.
The inner machinations of my mind are an enigma.
Yeah, numbers. Yeah, the time things. They're called numbers, I think. I used those numbers when I made the list, so I remember what order to have things in.
God.
They help. I've already been around for a while.
Bruh. Oh my gosh. I only had 4 hours of sleep today. If that helps.
I had 5. That's why I'm way better.
Yeah. He actually knows what numbers
Yeah.
are.
I have to use numbers.
10, which is the Black Panther album, and I feel slightly bad purely because I kicked August Green off of there to put that on.
Okay.
Number 9 is Dime Trap by the man himself, T.I. Number 8, which is Some Rap Songs by Earl Sweatshirt. Number 7, which is Swimming by Mac Miller. 6 is Victory Lap by Nipsey Hussle. At number 5, Book of Ryan by Royce the 5'9". Number 4 is KOD. Number 3 is Tana Talk 3.
Holy shit.
Number 2 is Redemption. And number 1 is Daytona. Pusha T. Redemption is
We got
by-
some rap at the front.
For real, literally. I had to
Good.
make sure all the lyricists and the gangster rappers got their
yeah.
their mention.
Have you got Streams of Thought?
Oh man, I do. Where is it? What the heck?
We're gonna take a small intermission, ladies and gentlemen, while we put Streams of Thought on his top 20, because if it's not there, there's trouble. Nah, it's all good. Clearly hates hip hop.
I could have sworn I put it there. If that's the case, we're swapping out No Name for Streams of Thought. I'm sorry.
Just when
I'm
2
sorry,
minutes
No
ago,
Name.
I've got a female artist in my top 20, guys, and it's actually Black Thought Streams of Thought Volume 2.
Most replaceable artist on my top. I'm sorry.
Savage, poor No Name. Good project
It was
though.
really
Shout
good.
out
but
to
it's
Room
not that
25. Shout out to Room 25. It's
Yeah.
alright. I didn't feel it. I liked her first project a lot more. I don't know if it was a bit more poppy or whatever, but I enjoyed it a lot more. Room 25, just Oh, I don't know. It was just boring
It
to me.
just
It
went
was just
on.
boring to me. It just went on. It just went on, man.
But the only reason why I was fine with it just going on is the music was good.
Yeah.
It was like, I love the vibe. I love the whole kind of jazzy thing
Yeah.
about it.
And people can say what they like. If it's, oh, you didn't find it relatable, or whatever. It's like, I don't care what reason anyone else has. It's not on my list, and that's it.
Don't care.
Exactly. It's my list. Leave me alone.
My list.
Don't at my list.
Oh my god.
Veterans just is fucking dirty. I love it. It's just so hype. It gets so like pumped up. Some of the tracks, especially when you get that fucking the old ODB sample on the second track. It's just so
Freaking
hype.
crazy.
It's so hype. It makes me just want to just hit stuff. It's great.
Like, it's weird that you say it's hype because for me, it's more triggering. So
Yeah, well, it's
I guess at the end of
makes
the
you
day,
angry. I love it. That's the thing.
It just channels energy out.
Yeah,
In one
yeah.
way or another.
For sure.
Because for me, I found that album was just so annoying. Pure, not because of lyrics, because lyrics he was killing it, but it seemed like
Yeah, he's good. I do like
the
him.
tracks. They just seem to be made to be as annoying as possible. Like
Yeah,
the soundtrack.
it's he wants
A
it.
couple
Definitely
of them
wants
do.
like you just feel uncomfortable with some of the tracks, and I think
Yeah.
that is definitely
He
the way it's
he
supposed to be
definitely
done.
Achieved that one. The one that sounds like ticking or something.
Yeah,
It
sounds like a lot of biro clicks and stuff
Yeah.
like that. That's
It
what
reminds me
it
of
sounds
stuff my
like.
sister used to do. They used to annoy me. It's one of those little
PTSD
sounds-
as soon as it comes
oh my
on.
Gosh. It's like, bruh, what is this? I had to just like skip through a ton of them.
That's so good.
Nah, but shout out to JPEG Mafia.
Damn,
He's-
Peggy. Yeah.
He's
good.
he's one of the really cool, would you say upcoming rappers? Because he's kind of.
I think he's
where he
huge
needs
now,
to go.
yeah, I think
Underground more like.
He's getting big. I've just seen in that Coachella thing. He's pretty high up there on one of the second days.
Yeah.
Or one of the second stages, whatever the things are. I like some rap songs. I'm so glad Earl did really well with some rap songs. I'm glad it
100%.
got received like really well because it's such a different, harsh sound that not a lot of
Yeah.
people are used to.
Like
And
even
really-
myself, I hated it when it came out.
Yeah, no, exactly. First listen for me, I was like, oh, and then second listen, I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I completely get
It's
it.
like actually decent to some
Yeah.
extent.
So
I really
really
liked,
relatable.
like,
Some
the
bits as well. It's good.
sort of Easter eggs where he
Where did you have-
sampled. Sorry.
Where did you have some rap songs?
I had it at number 8.
Okay. I had it in my top 10 for a while. I just had to bump it out from some other things that I listened to loads more. I just thought were really good projects all the way through.
Yeah.
Not that I didn't like some rap songs.
I just had to put it there because not only was it good lyrically and pretty interesting, like vibe wise, it was just a feeling.
Yeah.
When it dropped, I hated it. Like the first listen, I hated it, and then I listened to it again, and I started.
Yeah, you
liking
can
it.
really start
And
to
then
feel like
The
just
week after that, I literally played it every morning as soon as I woke up.
yeah.
So
it
in
was
my
really
opinion, if an album makes me do that, where I literally the first thing I want to listen to
good.
is
It's some rap
Sweet
songs.
Dreams.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, like it has to be. I think Sweet Dreams
That's-
will definitely win best song out of that album, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Oh.
I don't know. The Mint's good. I don't know. They're all pretty good.
Fire.
Yeah.
I love the fact that he did a lot of kind of Easter eggs with sampling his parents talking and performing and stuff.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought that was really
think
cool.
he wanted to obviously. I don't know what his relationship was with his dad, but it seems
Yeah.
like he wanted to put him into his art as well, because obviously his
Yeah.
dad does obviously, or did. I think that's why the whole depression came about was with
Yeah,
his
yeah.
dad. But yeah, he wanted to embed it into his own artwork, so I thought that was good. It was nice.
No, it was
We should
fire.
talk about Tana Talk 3,
Oh
because
my gosh!
we probably listened to it quite late into the year, and
Literally, I think
you've,
it was like
you've threw it
oh
into
my
number 3.
Gosh, it was like
I've lightly placed it into 10 because I feel like I should listen to it earlier, but it's so good that I do want to put it higher. But
Nah,
I'm leaving it
like-
at 10. But it's dope. It's so good.
in my opinion, was probably the best kind of hidden album for me, because
Yeah, I'm gonna be
The-
honest.
the only-
I
the-
haven't heard of Benny the Butcher before, and then
I saw
I'm
a couple
so
people
glad
speak
I did
highly of
hear
it, but
every
it
track
was
was
really
really
good.
good.
I think it was like a
Yeah.
couple days ago that I listened to that.
So we got-
Swimming.
Oh yeah.
What do you think about that
I
album?
put it at 20.
Oh, did you?
You say my 20.
Okay.
So I
Fair.
really like it. It's probably my third or fourth Mac Miller project I've listened to. since he's been around, and obviously rest in peace, Mac Miller. It sucks
sure.
what it is. It's sad, but I guess a lot of people can see his music now that didn't before,
Yeah.
so that's a great thing, and it'll help with a lot of people. He's got some really good stuff. Swimming is it's a pretty personal album, definitely compared to his other stuff. I did really enjoy it. Couple tracks on there a bit
Iffy.
yeah, a lot of them are pretty generic Mac stuff. I'm not gonna lie, that's why I've got it at 20. But I still really liked it. I always liked Mac's cadence, so
Yeah.
stuff like that.
One thing I
Carries himself
loved
well.
was One thing
He's
I
real.
loved was the fact that the album flowed.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't feel like something was just chucked on there. It just felt like it was the same stream of consciousness that he carried on throughout the whole thing. So it was
Yeah.
kind of continuous and very cohesive.
So you got anywhere on yours?
Kitsy Ghost is
that
at
honourable
number
mention?
13, I believe.
Okay, nice. Yeah.
I do think it was a really good album.
Number
It's,
one
it's
as
one
well.
of the most played by me. The
Yeah.
only problem is doesn't have enough songs. It doesn't have enough songs. Like, I wouldn't have put Daytona. I wouldn't have put Daytona. I mean, ironic. Daytona's number one, but I wouldn't have put Daytona as number one if not for the fact that Push just was amazing on that. But I struggled to put him there purely because it was 7 songs. Like, these other artists went as far as possibly 20 songs, I think.
Yeah.
And they still made really strong, cohesive albums that made it to the top 5. So
Sure, but
that's why I
don't
felt
know,
bad about it. But at the end of the day,
I don't want 10
It
albums
was-
that all
it
have
was-
20 songs though as well at the
true.
same time. So
Like
it's hard to. Definitely nowadays, people
Rock Marciano.
people want shorter stuff. Yeah, rock. Yeah,
I love it.
I think there'll be way more short albums coming up. I think it's gonna be a pretty hot thing for a while. If not, I don't really mind.
I mean,
I
I
have a
actually
problem?
disagree.
do you have a problem with 20-minute albums?
No,
5-minute albums?
as a matter of fact, I want that. I would say the sweet spot is probably 13 or 14,
Yeah, I don't. There's never been a.
or at least
No
10.
one's ever decided on a track listing, but yeah, you always think.
Yeah,
I always think 10 to 13 is good, but I'm really
I
not
would
bothered.
I would prefer 10, but where I have a problem with it is where you have like Amigos Culture 2 that had
Yeah.
25 songs in it, and all of the songs were fillers, and there was like only about 7-10 songs that were
Yeah.
okay at best.
Like for example, let's say
Or Chris Brown that drops
I'd
54
say
songs.
I've got Streams of Thought, Black Thought at 14, so that's in my top 20 for sure.
Okay.
That shit is dope. I've got it 14. That's about 22 or 23 minutes long. Click on Fentanyl. What's it saying? 23.
Okay.
That's 23 minutes long.
It's not even that long. It's not as long as that.
However, I've got it at 14 because I feel like that is too short. Because
Wow.
it's just. It's
individual
poignant
songs
songs. They are really good poignant songs where it's the concept of a short album. I feel like it should have a lot of other things. That's kind of why I like My Kitsy Ghost at number 1, because
Okay.
it's just you got your really hard bars from Pusha T at the start and stuff. You got Cuddy's personal life, Kanye's personal life, anxiety, depression, all that stuff they talk about. But then you got
Yeah.
some insane production. You got some
Oh my
really
gosh.
nice equi vocals. You got it's that
That-
reverb. You got really nice outro guitars. You got huge rock. Like there's so much to that album, and it's so short
Yeah.
that it works perfectly. So I feel like short albums are good if they work. I feel
Yeah.
like Streams of Thought. Yeah,
It was
give
like-
me Streams of Thought 1 and 2 as an album, and then I'll be happy. But not as it's not. It's the
Yeah.
only reason it's not in my top 10 is just because just too many other good things, man.
It's kind of like, I think length is also what might have killed Book of Ryan a bit for me. As much as I love it,
Oh, you found it too long.
by Royce, yeah, it was too
Oh,
long.
okay.
As much as I liked all the interludes and stuff, I didn't want to have to sit through the whole thing. It felt like watching a movie. Once I did it once, I didn't want to do it again,
What?
type thing. But I loved the individual tracks.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
But it was such a
Book
it
of
was a
Ryan.
masterpiece.
It's like a
Yeah.
book. That's what he's trying
I
to
guess
say. It's long, but I don't
if
know,
you look
there's
at it like that, it makes sense.
nothing I didn't like.
But,
Book of Ryan, I got
yeah.
4, I think. I had 4. Yeah, I think 4 is the highest I ever had. Book of Ryan. I think it stayed. Book of Ryan's probably my most consistent, and Kitsy Ghost. I had Kitsy Ghost at 1, and I had Book of Ryan about 4 from the whole time.
I had Book of Ryan at 2 at some point.
Book of Ryan is hard.
It's just such a good.
Some tracks
album.
are just really emotional. I really empathize with them, sympathize with them.
Cocaine is probably my favorite. Yeah, it's an hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah, but it doesn't feel like that to me. It was I really enjoyed it, but I don't know. It's the new generation, everyone. 20-minute albums is all they can handle.
Redemption though, Redemption was crazy.
Number 3, Fire.
Just straight fire.
I can listen to that whole thing every day.
I think that spent the longest on my number 1.
Yeah,
It was last minute I changed it to Daytona because Redemption was just such a strong album. One thing I will say though is I think it's a bonus track, the one they put track 14, because the version I downloaded only had 13 songs on it, and it ended with Win. Whereas on
win.
But on Spotify, it's got T Grizzly.
Shit real.
Yeah, I hate that song.
It wasn't that good. I'm not gonna lie.
It
Is it a
really
bonus track?
vibe. I think it is.
I don't know if it is on.
Because I never heard it till I
have to check Wikipedia.
Then again, it might be this whole TDE thing because if you listen to Damn sounds different across all of them.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Like if you get I think the iTunes version sounds different from the Spotify, and this it sounds very different. So it might be a whole TDE thing where they try and place Easter eggs, but I really dislike that song. I think when I listened to it with that song in it, it kind of killed the album because it ended the album on a very irritated note.
Yeah.
Nah, J-Rock did a really good job with that album, top to bottom, and it wasn't
win.
It was 46 minutes.
Favorite track?
Ooh.
Favorite? Oh.
Don't you know? No
favorite?
good,
Okay.
Don't you know? Yeah.
Favorite tracks?
Okay.
Standout tracks on Redemption?
The freestyle with Kendrick.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
I think I have to put that in there. Freestyle with Kendrick. I want to put the J. Cole one, but oh man, I think we have to put that in there. The tap out and the don't you know no good, don't you know no good, bitch. I can't remember what that song is.
East Side Tales, I think it was.
Yeah. Oh my god, that thing's jokes. That's also
my favorite tracks: East Side Tales, Rotation, Tap Out.
Ooh.
Probably those 3 in that. Just the start of this album, and it just goes knock it off. I say as well, knock it off. East Side Tales, Rotation, Tap Out is probably the highlight of the album for me. Those 4, just back to back.
I really love the Wild Freestyle.
Yeah, it's really good as well. Yeah,
I think
it flute sample is fire.
Exactly.
As well. Yeah,
it made it even better when I saw the video.
Yeah.
Because I was like, you again, the TDE doing their crazy stuff. Kendrick just came 300%, and I was kind of glad with all the features he did. That's pretty cool. Let's see. In the top 10, is there any more we haven't talked? KOD.
Oh yeah, let's talk about KOD because everyone hates J. Cole and no one likes KOD and it's in nobody's top 10.
It's boring.
People are fucking retarded and that they don't like him. They're just literally just jumping on bandwagons when they say that. I swear. At this point, they are. Like, I don't know. A lot of people. I can see. Like, I get it, and I think I know what it is.
I think people are looking for the wrong thing.
J. Cole should just try one album with a really good producer that isn't him.
Yes. And at least one feature that isn't him.
Yeah, and one feature that isn't him.
Kill Edward.
Yeah.
Who could that be?
Oh god. Like other than that, KOD, like, it's as powerful as Book of Ryan for me, if not more. I love it. Some of the tracks. Let me just bring.
Can I say that? Nah, I don't think I'll. Well, it's ironic that I have KOD.
I just like. I'll just go to my favorites.
Number 1, best.
Once an Addict. He always puts interlude for some reason. It's always the best track. Like, ain't that some shit on a thing? Yes, the best track on that album. That's an interlude as well. Once an Addict. Friends. I think Friends is just really powerful stuff. ATM's Smart as well. It's good pop hit. Smart is really good.
I really disliked Motivate. Wait. Sorry.
That was my least favorite track on the album. Was Motivate.
What was your third one?
Window Pane. No. Once an Addict, Friends, and then I'll take anything else. I like Kevin's Heart probably.
Okay. My favorite one, number one, was KOD.
Yeah. It starts off the album quite well actually.
Yeah. The second was Friends. And the third is between 1985 and Photograph. Probably 1985.
Yeah.
I feel like the only reason ATM isn't exactly my favorite is because it was like I think that was the single of the album, wasn't it?
I think it was the leading one, definitely. The video was
kind of
the video was huge and all that.
Overplayed in my opinion.
Yeah. I don't know. If people don't get the irony or satire of Cole taking on these personas and doing this stuff, I don't know why people don't like Cole. I love it. It's great. Cole's good.
I mean,
This is his best album.
his old music kind of had a different vibe. I think I think it's because like back then his music wasn't straight woke stuff.
I don't know.
In quote.
Yeah. He had to get
because
up.
he changed so much from there. Like from the whole wearing.
Well, you got
chains,
that
rapping
album
about
where
that, to being in a position where he's completely stripped it down to kind of the values of life as opposed to.
I guess he's got to the stage where he
life.
can rap about what he wants to. I
Yeah.
know some of his.
And I think that's why people find it boring because they're coming to they're looking for the generic rapping about the generic rap life, and he is here talking about giving back to the kids and kids not doing drugs, which is the exact opposite of what they want to hear, essentially.
And it will stay at number 2. I didn't even. No point did I want it to take over Kids See Ghosts though.
No. I don't think it's the number one album.
Daytona Sweet. We spoke about that already. But
did you put Victory Lap anywhere?
Nah, I don't like it, dude. Don't like it.
And I doubt you even thought about Dime Trap.
And I listened to it twice. Dime Trap. I hate that album out there. Everyone, sorry. That album is really boring for me, and that's all I can say about that. But you've got it at where? 9, 10, 9.
Yes, I've got it at number 9.
What's the best track on Dime Trap?
Ooh, might be Hefe. Hefe by featuring T.I. featuring Meek Mill. It's such an experience.
Yeah.
Like everything about it was so dope.
Oh, I definitely got this far. See, I must have finished the album. Oh wait, it's about halfway through. I remember this. Actually, I didn't mind this
in the shop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember this. This track I did like. I'm not gonna lie. This track I did like, but everything else, nah.
Yeah. I think that was a really good one. August Green?
So, August Green, let me see my list. I've got it. I ended up putting it at 15 on my top 20.
Ooh,
because I think I had about 7 at one point, was the highest it reached. August Green I listened to right when it came out, I think, because I watched their NPR, and it's fucking dope. I've listened to Common for years. I really like him, really like his style, his flow, everything about him. Smooth voice, he's dope. And good message all the time, and August Green kind of pushed that to another level, and it's really nice to hear real instruments again. Like it's always refreshing. So yeah, top 20 for sure. August Green's really good. It's really nice to see what they do next if they do something else together.
Yeah, I weirdly, the more I listen to it, the more I dislike it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think it's because there are a couple songs in there that I'm not the biggest fan of. And when they come on, it just drags.
The reason it did go down for me a lot is obviously because other stuff I did prefer, and it just some of the tracks did fall off as well. Yeah. I gotta say, there's a lot of them sounded almost like filler tracks, kind of in between. Yeah. Some of them, because the one of them is a cover. One of them was a cover with Brandy. I remember that. Optimistic. That's definitely not their original song. But yeah, other than that, it's still really strong. If you haven't heard it, listen to it. I think everyone should listen to it. I think it's definit's refreshing.
Stuff it. I'm not gonna let you guys bully me. Like Black Panther is staying number 10. I don't care.
So August Green's where for you? 11.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. August Green will be 11. FM. I'm still disappointed you don't have it there.
Again,
kind of like Earl Sweatshirt's
Shout out
album.
to FM, but it's
Yeah.
not
Shout out to Vince Staples, MVP.
Vince. Vince number one, keeping it real.
For real. I hated it initially.
What's the
I
running
completely
time?
hated it.
Another 22 minutes FM.
Again,
So we got 22-minute projects, a lot of them. 22, 23 minutes streams of thought.
I'm really liking those because it means that, like, not necessarily.
I feel like it's just a short sound. It's almost it's almost like an EP. But then you
Yeah,
get into that whole
essentially.
EP album. What's an EP? What's an album? Which we're not gonna get into. Okay.
Not at all.
Music's music, guys. Whatever. If it's an album, it's an album.
If it's a single, it could be an album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
FM was just really good. There's not really much to say about it. In my
It's
opinion.
fun. I like it. I
Yeah.
do like it. I like how I'd probably say his whole description of like Compton and everything, or like Long Beach and all those areas that bumpy music, man. It sounds, and the
It
whole
was
like
really good.
radio presentation throughout the whole thing was pretty interesting as well. It was fun.
I love to see Vince rapping on beats that aren't ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Like the last two projects of his, damn, he just seemed to be like going to find the hardest beats to rap on. Don't get me wrong, he did it justice.
He does. Yeah, he does
but
really good
it
on
was
them.
like
Does really good on them.
no
I
one
feel
would
like
think to rap on that.
I don't know. Yeah, I think it's just his
Big Fish
voice.
was ridiculous.
His voice. Yeah.
Yeah,
It
was
works really
good.
well. I feel like if you were to put maybe an old school boom bappy production on him, it might come off as quite boring. I'm not sure.
Probably,
I'm not sure. Maybe that's why he hasn't done it. We'll have to see.
potentially.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see more.
I
from Vince.
do hope he does another album for 2019. To be honest, I know it's a short time frame, but I would like to see more from Vince. I do like Vince's stuff.
He has a whole year to do that, dude.
Yeah, he's done it so
Come
far.
on,
He's
Vince.
done it so far.
Yeah.
He's done one every year, Vince. So yeah, I can't wait for the next one. Hype. Sorry, camera's glitched out, but
Oh yeah, we're talking about Nah, it was cool. It hasn't aged well with me. Something that, what's his name? I think it was Charlemagne that pointed this out. Was that Ye is the first album of Kanye's that hasn't been foreseen the trend.
oh,
It's
okay.
been within the
the
trend.
next step. Yeah.
Yeah. Which I found really interesting. I never thought about it like that.
Unless you might consider the short album thing Ye's idea.
It was
I didn't think of
Yeah,
that until you said
yeah.
it. That's probably
that was his idea, but his idea wasn't necessarily.
like we don't know. I don't know if anything came out before that, but I feel like now if you ask anyone short albums, the Ye will be the first one they think of because he did like 4 of them or whatever.
Yeah,
didn't
he did 4 of them, but Daytona dropped first.
Yeah. Well, produced by Ye, I
Yeah.
guess, but
To be fair,
and then I'd say a lot of people was
Pusha did say that it was Kanye that they're like.
he foresaw the shorter.
Said it.
Oh yeah,
He was like,
mate.
he
I'm-
wanted to do it for a different reason though. He wanted to do it because 7 is usually seen as a holy number.
So he had like a spiritual meaning
Yeah.
to it. Yeah,
So
okay.
he saw it like that, whereas
Yeah.
Pusha T saw it as more
As in the
concise
next
and
step.
going against the grain of everyone making more music to
Yeah,
bump
yeah.
up their streams.
True. Especially how media
So I
consumes
would
stuff.
happily give that to Pusha T.
Yeah, give that Push T. We produced all of Daytona though. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
you gotta give it to that. Like,
but the reason why I found the
didn't even think of that.
whole Charlemagne thing interesting is because it's like that could be the reason why this album is another reason as to why this album is not exactly doing as well as
The others.
the others. Besides just the general Kanye climate that is
It's
very troubled
it's
right
just
now.
it's not as strong as the other stuff. Daytona's harder, and Kiss You Guys is, I think it's just better
And it
artistically.
almost sounds like leftovers from Life of Pablo.
Yeah, and I don't wanna.
Yeah.
And that was already a big editing mess when the Life of Pablo came out. That came out like 3 times in 3 different versions.
Luckily, I caught onto it a year after. So
Let's talk about Milo. First time hearing Milo. You like
whoa. He's like really good red wine.
him? He's really
It
fun.
goes
isn't he?
down really easy.
He's so fun to listen to.
That sounds weird. He's literally listening to him is just so like he's not too much like you could look at an Eminem, for instance. He just throws a bunch of stuff at you and it's like, yo, my head can't process this. Milo just like he just finesses it and it just trickles down type thing. I love it. And it's got a very, I describe it as a lazy out of sync style where it doesn't sound like he's doing the whole charismatic.
He's kind of going. He's going
like,
where he wants to go.
Yeah, at his own pace type thing.
Yeah. What I like about Milo is his flow is almost jazz like. It's going wherever he wants it to go, and it's really fun to listen to. I haven't heard anyone else like him before, and he's got some excellent quotes from and references from really niche things. It's really fun to listen to. If no one's ever listened to him, definitely check him out. This 2018 project, and he's got the flies don't come, and last year he did Who Told You to Think, which was really good. That was in my top 10 last year. You should check that. Everyone should check that out. That one's really good. That it's fun. I'm glad you like him. Glad you like him.
I couldn't afford to like put him any further down because I haven't like let his music play enough to dive into his lyrics.
No, exactly.
Itself. Yeah, it's just really good top to bottom.
I quickly want to touch on Orpheus versus the Sirens.
No idea.
Hermit and the Recluse. So that's obviously the Car duo release with the other guy, Animos, I think the producer. I don't know who he is. Sorry, a really unknown producer to me. So sorry if I've never heard of him. But his production is actually quite similar to Car's from what I've heard of Car's solo projects. Really minimal instrumental, but this one, Orpheus vs. Sirens, really cool mythology, like concept throughout the whole thing. Really fun to listen to. Really nice. And Car it's got this slow spoken word flow that's just fun.
Very different.
It's just so good.
Again, it's easy
very different.
to listen
Doesn't
to.
sound like anyone I know. No. Really good. Yeah, you can hear the Brooklyn in his voice as well. He's proper New York. It's great. That's pretty much all I want to touch on, I think, from my top 20. Wizville, English, not grime. I'd say it's a nice mix between grime and hip hop. If you want to hear some English hip hop, British hip hop, some good stuff. He's got some grime features on there, so it's quite fun. It's definitely good. It's really fun.
He's a really good rapper.
I don't know about. He is one of those. He's going to be one of those.
Personally.
If people don't like the whole fast flow thing, then you probably won't like Ocean Wisdom because that's his main thing. But you still hear a side that you might not have heard of growing up in London, and that side rather than other places. Yeah, it's interesting. The usual stuff people might hear. I think give it a go. I'm glad he's blowing up, and I think Dizzy Rascal caught word of him. That's how this album came to be. So that's what made him get big. So that's quite good. My Vida Local, Atmosphere. Yeah. It's Atmosphere. This is Atmosphere's. I'd say it's a pretty strong album from all their stuff. They've got a lot of strong albums. This is up there for me. Probably in their top 4 albums. That for me, really strong. It's really quite personal, but for both of them, the production on this is awesome. I don't know how. What's his name? Ant does it where it sounds like old hip hop, but it sounds like new hip hop. It's fun.
I
There's
like
some
the
really nice drum
production.
machines and stuff. You can tell he doesn't just use. He uses some really like unknown like old keyboard. He doesn't just use 808s, is what I'm saying. He's using some random stuff that not a lot of people use nowadays, and it's refreshing. It's refreshing to hear sounds that you haven't heard in a while.
I think my only problem with that album was I didn't like. His flow.
That was also your first time hearing them, and if I heard that album first, I don't know if I'd be a fan, to be honest, as well.
I feel like his lyrics were cool, it felt like his. The way he played with words and like his flow.
Yeah, Slug's wordplay for me.
Like
it
felt very
it's
sluggish.
Like a waterfall. It's just I love it. It's like liquid to me when he. Some of the tracks on here, Delicate. If anyone checks them out, the My Vida Local is the album.
It's more like an African tap.
Delicate is great.
If you know, you know.
Jerome, yeah. Dude, the drum intro on Jerome still gets me though.
Jerome.
Yeah, the first track, the drum intro.
I can't even remember what
Hold
that
on.
sounded like. And I listened to that like 2 days ago. Wait, yesterday?
This.
Was it yesterday or 2 days ago? 2 days ago.
Just
I
guitar riffs.
quite like.
That's another thing about the
guitar
album.
riff.
Like, yeah, the lot of the album's got some really nice riffs in the whole thing. Yeah, really nice production. Really like it. Again, you can also listen to the album instrumental, a whole version of it. It's really good. Shout out, and let's give a little shout out to Astroworld because production on that is really good. I got it at 16.
I feel like my list didn't do it justice because it's the only album on there that I haven't gone back to as a full album.
Okay.
I've gone to the individual songs, but I haven't gone back to it as a full album.
What's
So
favorite-
I didn't
favorite
think.
tracks on Astroworld.
Number one has to be Sicko Mode.
Yeah, strong. It
Yeah.
is a strong track.
Which it makes sense why it caught on. The second would probably be, is it Yosemite or Yosemite?
Yeah,
Someone said it's pronounced Yosemite, but
Yeah, sorry for
I don't know.
Yosemite. I don't know.
I pronounced it
Yosemite?
Yosemite when I
Yosemite?
first heard it. Ooh, so without August Green being there,
Oh yeah.
at number 20, I had this very underground on Spotify artist called Johnny Steele, and his album was Steelo, and I personally thought that was a really good album. Flowed really well, top to bottom. It was a really good album, but because we moved August Green to 11th, that pushed
Had
it
to
to
bump it
21.
out.
So yeah, shout out
Unluck.
to Johnny Steele.
Yeah, you showed me a couple tracks. You showed me a couple tracks, and you about just before we started this video, and I did like some of them.
Yeah.
See where he goes. It'd be quite interesting.
100%. I'm gonna be watching out for
It's gonna be one of those like, oh, I knew him before he got absolutely huge.
For real. Hopefully.
And then when he gets big and mainstream, I'll stop listening to him because he'll be big and mainstream.
Yeah.
Get all hipstery on him.
It was like, oh,
Yeah,
I
exactly.
want the old Johnny.
Yeah, exactly.
Straight from the culture.
Yeah,
That's jokes. But I think that's it for the top 20
yeah.
so far.
That'd be
Yeah.
good.
Hopefully we can actually make this more of a.
I think so. Yeah. Are you looking forward to anything in 2019? I wanted to say, if Kendrick doesn't drop anything, I'm happy because I'm still happy with Damn for another year.
I think so.
I can listen to Damn for
Yeah.
another year. So
It's
I was
weird
just
me
gonna
saying
say,
that. Yeah.
Kendrick, you take your time. That's all I wanted to say.
I think what makes me want to say that is not necessarily because I'm satisfied with Damn still. I'm
Yeah.
still satisfied with that. I love it. But I'm also still scared. Like, because he's
what
in
can he possibly do
uncharted
next?
territory. Yeah. Like,
But
he could only pull from like
Dude,
absolutely
he's already proved to us
amazingness
once,
source.
though, hasn't
I
he?
know.
I know.
But that's the
to
scary
Pimp a
part.
Butterfly to make Damn after. Wow. What?
Like, I'm just in a position where I don't know where this will come from, but if you can, do that.
Yeah.
But if
Yeah.
not, yeah, I'm cool with it. Nah,
Um,
definitely Kendrick.
Schoolboy Q project. I'd like that. I'd like that.
Oh,
I'd like that a lot.
I'm looking forward to that.
Since then we've had J Rock now, so Q would be nice.
Q.
Look, I've got to give a shout out to Reason. There you have it. That was a good album as well. That was a good album. Not on our top 20s, but a good album. It's up there somewhere.
Thanks for reminding me.
I thought that was good. That was a good
really
debut.
Good album, yeah. Especially for a
TD
rapper
TD
that had
killing it.
only been rapping
TD
2 years
killing it.
prior.
And saying TD killing it. Isaiah Rashad, can you make another album, please? Because
Oh, for real.
People keep
he hasn't
asking.
made anything since like 2016. Has he?
yeah,
Then he
and
done like features. And
yeah, what was the last one? Sun's
the-
Tirade.
Yeah.
2016. That was in my 20. That's in my top 10. 2016. I need another one. So 2019's got to be the year. Come on.
Man. I
Yeah,
feel like I want to hear another J. Cole.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Purely because I feel like he's gonna be more open to working with people now, from what he showed us last year, because he dropped that album and then ever since then he was just doing features. So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
hoping to see that happen.
He did a lot of stuff
Yeah,
in 2018, man. I wouldn't be surprised if he probably doesn't do a whole project.
And
maybe
like
does
as
some
soon as
features.
KOD dropped, he did confirm that he was working on the next project.
Oh, did he? Okay, I didn't know
on
that.
his Twitter.
Okay.
So hopefully that's gonna be good.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to a Drake project because I feel like the next Drake project is gonna decide whether or not Drake is an artist that I like or not.
You still like their old stuff though.
Yeah.
Come on.
No. I mean in terms of like whether I have faith in his
Oh,
artistry.
okay. If you think, yeah.
Yeah. Because he's just had this patch between Views, More Life, and this new album. This new album was really weak in my opinion. It was a really mediocre album.
Yeah.
People are gonna.
Yeah, any ghostwriters out there who need some jobs? Drake's might be making a new album.
A bit of a hand
Help
here.
him out. Yeah, no.
I think we should. We probably shouldn't have.
It's a joke, by the way, guys. Drake is fantastically talented.
I'm looking forward to IDK dropping an album hopefully next year. I don't think we are being assured that he's gonna drop an album. He did drop an EP last year. I don't think you listened to it, but it was okay.
No, I didn't.
But
Definitely
compared
didn't
to
hear
his
that.
2017 album, his 2017.
Ooh,
album,
what about the 21 Savage? I heard it. I've only heard it once,
It
so
was
I've got
better
nothing to
than-
say really.
It was an improvement,
Yeah,
but it wasn't my cup of tea. I
yeah.
really like the Whisper one.
I haven't got enough. Yeah.
ASMR. I think that.
Okay. No, I have
really
to
good.
definitely give that another try because I haven't heard that much. But
Another artist, Blackway.
yeah.
I saw him on. Where did I see him? He featured on the Spider-Man soundtrack. I'm looking forward to hearing more music from him. Hopefully, this year. I'm always skeptical about saying this year because I'm like, wait, what year are we? Have we landed yet?
The numbers being hard again. Yeah.
Ooh,
What?
Meek Mill. I completely forgot about that album. It was really good, to say the least.
Didn't listen to it. Sorry, Meek.
So, what's his name? Rick Ross. I want to hear more music. 2017 was an amazing album. And
Was that what it was called?
no,
What was it called?
Rick Ross.
Yeah. I don't know. I've never listened to Rick Ross projects, honestly.
And you listen to Drug. That's good.
But I listened to what?
You've listened to Drug's Wave.
Yeah. Why would I listen to Rick Ross? Come on.
Oh,
I'm not
and
hating
Wale
Rick
as well.
Ross. Wallet.
Rather You Than Me.
Rather you
Really,
than me.
really strong. It was like the best start to the year, including.
Don't listen to him, everyone. No, I'm just
man.
talking to everyone else.
Your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. 20 years in the game,
I don't know.
nobody's favorite rapper.
Exactly. Be better. Get good.
Most consistent rapper, I would definitely give him that. Wale,
Then
we need
who?
more music. The Wale and Drake, Wale and
That's who you're looking forward to,
J.
yeah.
Cole feature is great. But
Yeah.
I think those are the artists I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, for me, yeah. Schoolboy Q, Isaiah Rashad. Off the top of my head, can't really think of any others that I would like to see, really. Just trying to think. Another minor project would be fun. That'd be good. A solo car project would be nice.
I'd quite like to hear from Odyssey.
Yeah, be
He
good to
went
hear
away
another
for a
Odyssey
while.
album. Man, Odyssey did well last year. Good. Iceberg
Really?
was really strong.
2 years ago.
Shout out Odyssey. 2 years ago, yeah. I forgot what year it is again.
Nah.
That's about it.
It's going to be pretty dope. 2019 is going to hold a lot. But yeah, hopefully we could...
We should
do a
do.
lot more
We'll probably do a
reviews and
few more
stuff.
of these. It'll get better. This is obviously our first one. It's gonna look fucking newbie as shit. But see you on the next one.
In a bit, guys.
See ya.
Peace.
Tryna find them
Freaking fire.
Everything ain't really what it seems. Don't make me cause it's rude boy, I clap you in your beat. Get away,
One of the best
get away,
albums from,
clean,
2017.
where you been.
I forgot to mention.
Everything ain't really what it seems.
Gets his album.
Get
yeah.
to gospel.
I didn't even get to listen to it. So
Oh
yeah.
man. And Chip.
Man, we should have mentioned Gets. And I was so jealous. Yeah, we even spoke.
I'll
I
probably
even
just leave an end
I even
keynote
said
with
Grime,
his
yeah.
name on it.
Nah.